I don't have an
Nope.
iPhone.
I just got
figured it out.
Yeah, there was a little switch. I'm
No,
not used to using this on the iPhone. So let me just get started here real quick with an intro. My name is Gunnar Soros. I host Craft Beer Blab every Tuesday night, along with my co-host, who is here, although his box is black and sometimes his audio is in and out today. But that's Jonah Di Pasquale. He also hosts the bike chat every Thursday night. We come on and talk about bikes every Thursday night. This week, he will be talking with the folks from Alto Velo. They make some amazing wheels, both carbon and aluminum. A lot of cool stuff going on there. So check that out this Thursday. Today, we are talking a little bit about sour beers. Currently, I have a and I'm sure I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but a Crike Lambic from De Torch, which is a cherry lambic. Personally, I haven't had a whole lot of sours, so this will be kind of interesting. I'm a little scared and a little excited at the same time. And then speaking of sours, and we were just speaking about Surly just before we started recording. Surly also came out recently with, it's not a sour per se, but it is their Bret Michaels IPA, which is an IPA, but it's brewed with one of the yeasts or bacteria that is used in most sour beers, which is and I'm sure I'm going to pronounce it incorrectly, but it's Brettanomyces. Brettanomyces. I have no idea. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a yeast or a bacteria culture collector, so hopefully I didn't do it too bad.
That sounds phonetically pretty correct, I would say. The big sour at Surly right now is actually a beer called Pentagram. I'll link it in the chat for you.
Very nice.
Yeah, I've tried it actually up north at a cabin. It's not a cheap beer, but it is a very nice dark sour. It's not on the lighter end. You buy the one bottle. They usually come in what is it, like a 1.75 liter bottle? And
right, I think it's like a bomber or something. Kind of like the Bret Michaels one. It's a large bottle.
Exactly. It's wax topped over the cap, and it's a beer that's great to share with friends,
Right. That's kind of what I like about the larger bottle Surly beers, is sharing it with other people. I have had, let's see here, I have had Pentagram on tap. I think one time I was up in the cities at I can't think of the name of the pizza place, Pizza Luce, at one of the Pizza Luces. And I think they had Pentagram on tap, and I had that there. And what I came away with on that experience was that, to me, it didn't seem exceptionally sour. So it wasn't maybe necessarily what I was thinking a sour beer would be. But again, my experience with sours is very limited. So, we'll see how this goes. Wondering what other people I am able to kind of see the chat. I see, and I do appreciate everyone that's joined in. I see that we have about 10 people on right now. I do appreciate everyone on here. It is a little harder for me to see the chat a little bit because I'm on my phone. So I do apologize if I haven't answered any questions or anything like that. But I am interested in knowing other people's experiences with sours.
I'll monitor the chat for you, Gunnar. I'm on my PC, so if somebody has a question, I can post it up in the question bar on the side of the.
Okay.
Can you see the question bar in your app, or?
I don't see a question bar on the app. No.
Okay.
It's pretty much just the 4 squares up on top, and then there's in very tiny type the chat going on below.
Sure.
But, I do appreciate that. I am going to go ahead and open up this sour beer. Again, it's a De Torch Crike Lambic from Belgium. And it says on the bottom here, malt beverage with cherry juice added. So we'll see how this goes. Again, my experience with sours is very limited. I'll see if I can get a nice
Holy cow. It's going to break my bottle opener here. There we go. And I got my bottle. We'll see if I can do a good pour. Oh, look at that. It's nice and red.
Oh, it's very pink. Red.
Grapefruity.
Let me do this real quick so it doesn't blast everybody. I'm looking up the pronunciation.
So we'll see here. So it is kind of a grapefruit color with a thin head on it. There is some carbonation. It's very hazy. I did read something about the haze in lambics is because of the bacteria in the beer, besides the yeast. So there's also bacteria, and the bacteria actually produces. It's like a slime, and that is what gives the beer its haziness. So slimy cherry flavored beer. So,
and some of that, I believe, is yeast as well.
Yes, yeah. There is yeast in there too. The yeast does, and usually, okay. So here's the other thing, is that generally, especially in the case of true Belgian sour beers, they are open, spontaneously fermented. So you have your wort in a big vat. I can't remember what they call it there, but you have it in a big vat, and you allow it to sit. And yeast and bacteria and stuff will fall into the wort and spontaneously ferment it. And then once it's kind of started fermenting, then they'll pack it into usually, I think it's barrels. And then they'll let it sit for like a year or more. So that's the traditional way to do it. So a lot of the U.S. brewers will actually add in the Brettanomyces or Lactobacillus, and what is the other one? Pediococcus. Pediococcus. That's a fun word to say. Pediococcus.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look up the pronunciation of those words.
Right.
I think you're close. I think you're very close, though.
I'm hoping that they are kind of spoken how they're spelled a little bit, but the aroma on this, I'm getting cherries, pretty heavy. Almost no hop presence. I'm not expecting any, so that's not a bad thing. It does smell sweeter than what I thought it would be.
They are. Most of the sours that I've drank are pretty sweet smelling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why that is. I think it's probably just a chemical reaction with the gases being let off from the head.
Right.
And there are pretty high sugars in sours, if I recall correctly, as well.
Right. Well, and especially I think a couple of them, I mean, besides Crike. So Crike is brewed with cherry juice, and I think there's others that are brewed with different juices also, which probably helps lend to that at least a sweet aroma. So I'll give this a taste here.
Good.
Oh.
Brettanomyces.
You hear me?
Hello, Jonah.
Yes.
See you. I can see you. I can mostly hear you.
Now can't see you anymore.
Yeah.
So here's what I just found on Google. It's Brettanomyces, which I think you had.
Brettanomyces.
I think you had it pretty much right there.
Brettanomyces.
I like
somehow I got to put that in my brain. Brettanomyces. Brettanomyces.
It's kind of like a name, Brettanomyces.
Amyces.
Can they hear that? Can they hear that?
I don't know. Could you guys hear the YouTube playing on my computer?
I did hear something. It sounded like it sounded almost like Siri saying something.
Yeah.
So yeah, Breton.
Brettanomyces. Oh, Jesus.
I know. It's like you start saying it, and it's like, wait.
Here.
Brettanomyces. Britain. Like Britain.
Brettanomyces.
Yes, like Britain. Brettanomyces.
Yep.
Perfect. Tommy Crowder.
Oh, welcome back, Tommy.
Yo.
Yo, Tommy.
Where are you at with the palm trees in the background off the reflection and the sunlight?
I'm in Maui.
Oh, really? Nice.
I'm in Lahaina. So.
Oh, yep. My wife went to Lahaina. I think when I was serving the military in the 90s on Oahu.
Oh yeah. Oh, on Oahu.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. I was born on Oahu and lived there most of my life until I was about 27 and moved out here to Minnesota. So.
What the hell did you do that for?
I know exactly. No,
I know you're a cyclist, but I mean, and you can go around in a circle here, but shit, Minnesota.
Right. No, it's the whole cost of living thing that brought me here. So,
yeah,
and it's worked out for the better. I would love to go back though.
Yeah, totally stoked about just being here. It's great. I'm about to go to there's a fish market probably about, 10 minutes away from the condo we're staying at. So I'm pretty excited to try out some local beers.
Sweet.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be awesome. And yeah, from what I've heard, there are more and more local breweries in Hawaii too. So, and I was just there 3 years ago, and there was like nothing. I mean, I think there was Maui Brewing and Kona Brewing, but now there's supposed to be a whole bunch. So, enjoy it.
Is your family from the islands?
My wife has family still there on Oahu. My parents were still living there until just before Christmas, and then they moved. So I personally don't have family. My wife has some family there. So hopefully
Gunnar, this whole time I thought you were Mexican.
Oh, jeez. Well,
nice.
He's in Minnesota. There's not a big – well, actually, there is kind of a big Hispanic community up here in Minnesota now that I think about it.
I'm just joking, Gunnar.
No, I know. That's cool. But, well, here's the thing. I'm not Hawaiian either.
You're not?
I'm Asian. Yeah, I'm half Asian.
Oh, get out.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Well, it's because so my dad's Norwegian. So it's like half Asian, half Norwegian. And so whatever.
Nice.
My wife keeps telling me I'm yelling, so I had to take an earbud out.
I do that all the time, Tommy.
Right. No. Well, you know what?
That looks good. Are you enjoying that?
I am. It's actually, you know what? I was expecting like some punch in the face, sour tart, and not that I don't like that kind of stuff, because I do like sour candies and, what are those warheads or whatever they are that are super sour. But this doesn't have that. It's almost a sweet. There is a tartness to it, and a little bit of acidic, but it's not like it punches you right in the face and says, "Hey, it's sour." It's actually really nice. I could enjoy a lot of these.
Nice. And could you recap again? That's the
it's Detroit
Creek Lambic.
Yes, Creek Lambic. So it does have a cherry flavor to it. It's not overpowering with the cherry, but you do get like a cherry backbone to it. It's got a sweetness, and I'm sure there's some tartness from the cherries and also from the brewing process. But it's not overpoweringly tart or overpoweringly sour. It's not what I was expecting with my limited experience with sours. So it's good. Sherry McKenzie says that's interesting that it's not that tart. Have to look for it. Yeah, so it sounds to me like if you're thinking of getting into sours, this might be one to try. I just kind of pull it on the shelf.
From what you're describing, based on the experience of sours that I've had, that's on the more sweet end of them, which would be a really good way for somebody to get into the mid from a like maybe an IPA to a sour because of the sweetness, the extra sweetness, and the low end of the tartness on it.
Right.
Man, I love sours, but it's a one and done for me with the sour.
Okay.
Do you remember what I was drinking yesterday? Last Tuesday? Seems like yesterday.
Right. I'm trying to recall.
Whatever that was,
yeah.
whatever that was like is something like I'm not into sours. Like sours kind of aren't my thing, but like that I could drink. It was a good sour. Like I don't think it was too like puckering, if that makes any sense. But
right.
it was super super good, smooth. You tasted the sour in it for sure. But it was I enjoyed it. I enjoyed having I don't know however I drank that whole bottle, and it was in one of those champagne.
Right. Yeah, that was like
a
bomber almost.
Wine bottle.
Well, at least it wasn't a growler, Tommy.
Yeah.
I've been known to finish many growlers. As a matter of fact, last night I brought one from home.
Nice.
Okay, so here's a little side story that's nothing about this. I still don't have luggage.
Oh no! Oh no!
So I had to go. I flew in I flew in a hoodie and some sweatpants because it was like 8 hours, right? 9 hours.
Right.
So my wife, we get off the plane and we find out that I don't have any luggage. And long story short, she's like, "What do you want to do now?" I was like, "I just want to get fucking drunk. That's what I want to do now." I was like, "Take me to the nearest bar. Like, if you want to make me happy, this is what we got to do."
Right. Nice.
My wife did there's an attaboy there for my wife for that one. There was a job well done.
I'd point the camera at my
awesome.
wife right now, but she'd probably punch me in the face if I did. She's just right over here.
Right.
But she's not drinking a sour beer though. She's on the Cabernet.
Oh, that's okay. My wife's a wine drinker too, so
mine as well.
Mine drinks what's called the double Jesus. Half wine, half water.
Oh,
really?
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep.
What kind of wine is she into? Darks?
Mostly Cabernets. Some of what's the one with the M?
Merlots?
No, not the Merlot. It's a blend.
Moscato?
Yeah, Moscato's. Yeah. Well, no, those are too sweet. It's a red blend. I can't remember the name of it, but I can Google it and find it. I'm sure. Mostly
Concord. Concord's a red blend, but it's sweet.
I don't like sweet. I don't want it too sweet.
You ever tried mixing it? I'm sorry, I can hear you, but I just can't see you. Have you ever tried mixing it, instead of replacing half and half, like do like half of whatever you're drinking and the other half like Sprite or ginger ale?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Boom! There you are.
I'm gonna pay for this later.
Cheers. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You're in trouble.
Well, I can tell you right now, I'm drinking a fine Pilsner. Look at this right here.
Oh, there you go.
That's a fine. That's. I can tell you, it's going down the beer bong here momentarily.
Right.
I've drinking many of Miller Lights in my past.
Right. Well, here's an idea for a future blab. Is Jonah and I have been talking about doing like a 40-ounce party. Everybody gets a 40-ounce, and we do some sort of serious review of whatever 40-ounce we're drinking.
I'm
45.
down.
Colt 45.
I'm down, but I'm going with the old English here.
Oh, nice. See, I'm a Mickey's man when it comes to 40-ouncers, so I'll do the Mickey's, Colt 45, Old English. We got to figure out what Jonah's going to drink.
Somebody's got to.
I'm sure Eric.
Mickey's.
Yeah,
right, I was going to do Mickey's.
Okay,
yeah, I'll do Mickey's.
Cool.
That's my choice.
I used to drink a ton of those Grenados, those little Mickey Grenados.
Right, the little grenades. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, those are badass.
Well, see, I always got the 40-ouncers. If you want to get drunk, you don't want to drink just a couple of grenades. So I was like, yeah, I'm getting the full 40-ounce. Drink it in the bag, and I don't know. So now I'll actually try to taste it and see, okay, what am I tasting here? We'll see how that works out.
What do you got in your fridge right now, Gunner? Like if you were to like open the fridge up, like what's sitting there? Is it a plethora, or is it kind of segregated to a certain IPA or what do you
probably
got?
More. Let's see here. I know I have a Surly Furious in there that for some reason I'm saving, and then this was in my fridge, the Surly Brett IPA. So it's an IPA that's brewed with that Brettanomyces.
Right.
So it's kind of a almost like a sour, but maybe not quite so much.
It's a hoppy sour.
Yeah, a hoppy sour. That's probably a good way to. And I have had other IPAs that were brewed with Brett before, and I tend to like them. Sometimes they call them Belgian IPAs.
Yep. You say brewed with Brett?
Yeah, brewed with Brett.
What exactly
Brett is
Brett?
That? So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's a bacteria that is used to make a lot of sour beers, make them sour. And so the brewers use it. So like a brewer like Surly, they actually purchase the Brett, or Brett is short for Breton Macias.
Okay.
Probably didn't say that right again. We had the pronunciation earlier. But that's what it is. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's bacteria that makes it sour. So, let's see. So I got that. What else do I have? I think I have, trying to think. I have a session IPA from a week ago that I still have one left. And then I have something else. I had just bought a mystery 6-pack that had half of that's gone, but I think I still have a couple of Mankato Brewing has a couple of beers. I think there's a chocolate mint stout I think I still have, and then their IPA. I can't remember the name of it, but I think I still have that. So kind of a mix right now.
Right. And Dan, what about you? If we open up your fridge, what are we looking at?
The whiskey.
Nice.
Right now it's whiskey. It's funny. I was just looking at it, picking up some more beer. There's a good question that just came in. What's an IPA? Let me finish this thought quick and let's address that. But we have a brand new tap room less than a mile from my house.
Ooh.
Called Lake Monster Brewing. I don't know if you've heard of Lake Monster Brewing or not yet.
I think I heard of it.
They've opened a tap room up that's off of Cretan, Vandalia and 94, essentially right near the highway there in a warehouse district. So that's one that's going to be in my fridge soon because I want to try it now that I can continue to drink beers. But I think we should address Sherry McKenzie's question of what is an IPA.
Go ahead, Gunnar.
Yeah. So an IPA is short for India Pale Ale, and it's a style of beer that kind of originated in Britain. There is a legend that kind of goes along with it that states that the British were sending IPAs on ships to their troops in India, hence the name India Pale Ale. However, there's some truth that they were shipping it, but so that the legend is that they overhopped these beers so that it would survive the trip there. That's not necessarily the case because they were producing hoppy beers before then, but it just so happens that the style of beer calls for a lot of hops and kind of a malt balance to it. So they're kind of complicated beers in that they're hoppy and they're malty, and to get a good IPA, you have a lot of things going on.
Right.
Personally, they're one of my favorite styles. I know that they're kind of trendy. Almost every brewery nowadays has at least one, if not two or three IPAs that they serve. The drawback is that there's currently probably a lot of not that great IPAs. So, yeah, Jonah, I'm bummed that your internet's not working. To make a long story short, Jonah, I'm on my phone right now, so it's working better on data on the phone. I don't know if there's a way around to get it to work on the phone on Android, possibly
Actually,
in a browser or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jonah, I don't know if you got Chrome, just go through Chrome and pull the full site up.
Yeah, Chrome on Android works great for me on Blab. I've only tried it once though. I will have that caveat.
Are you on a PDA right now? Or are you on? It sounds like you're on your desktop.
Yeah, I'm on my desktop right now. I've got my headphone half plugged in so my wife can listen to the conversation over here because she's also a beer fan, and so she's just sitting off to the side listening.
Nice. Yeah, so I guess my fridge would be definitely packed with a mixture of beer. My wife is an avid Bud Select drinker, and I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with the calories, just the fact that it's what she likes. I mean, she's been drinking it since college.
Okay.
She drinks it by the 18-pack. Boom, boom, boom.
There we go, Jonah.
And so you got that. You got Yingling, because I'm in Pennsylvania all the time. And, there he is. Look at that.
Shit, I drink Rainier beer, but I know now that that's shit.
I'm going to have to mute my wife. I don't want people knowing.
Right. Shame. No, there's no shame. You know what?
Beer.
And then Stella.
Junk,
Stella. The rest of my refrigerator is filled with Stella.
Stella Art.
And that's kind of, yep.
Nice.
Gotta love Stella.
I think I may even still have some Green Belt. Was it Northeast?
Oh yeah.
Which actually is not bad. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of lagers, and so that's kind of a multi-lager there. Dan, buy Stella by the case at Costco.
There you go.
Nice.
That's a good comment. Right
That's a way to do it. Yeah.
The comment was by Dan.
Yep.
At Red Flag Dan. Nice.
Yeah.
Dan.
And Dan is actually one of my Rochester local peeps. He and I will discuss our Costco finds every once in a while on these blabs. I know that he's also is it Scotch? I think Dan drinks Scotch. So
nice. I love Scotch. I do
too, but it doesn't love me.
It doesn't love you. Whiskey.
I'm gonna step away for a minute, so I'm gonna go off cam and get some other people in here, and I'll just be back in about 5 or 10. I'm gonna go burn a smoke.
All right.
Cool.
Hey, yeah, and that reminds me, if anyone wants to join in that open seat now that unfortunately Jonah hasn't been able to come in, if anyone wants to join in on the conversation, it's great. Do appreciate it. Oh, I hear you.
Oh, yeah. Where are you at?
You can't see him. I'm calling from my phone. This feels ridiculous. Like I can see you guys. I'm on my phone, but I can't.
Okay.
You guys can't see me.
Yeah,
there's not even an open seat. Like it's still just the two of us. I can hear you.
Yeah.
I am responsible.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. It's like Darth Vader coming through.
Well, it's weird because like I can see you, Gunner, I can see you, Tommy, and the end screen is flashing. You want to chime in, and I can whatever I can text, right? Actually, I can't. Dude, Blab is working. I don't know, dude. I seriously think something's up with Blab today.
No, I think it's partially Blab, and maybe I don't know if it's the weather or the snow on the internet pipes is crushing it or something.
It's that upstate blast they just got is what it is.
Right. So Dan
Clowin.
I don't know, you kind of broke up there.
Yeah, I don't know what he said.
So Dan Clowin is chiming in with a question. Any of you tried or like Three Floyd's Alpha King Pale Ale?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know anything about Alpha King, or I'm sorry, Three Floyd's, Gunner?
I know a little bit about them. I know that they are a very, it's a well-known brewery. They're known for their Zombie Dust and their Alpha King, as well as I think they have like a stout that they're really known for. I haven't had a chance to try any of those, although I did brew a clone of their Zombie Dust, and what I brewed was delicious. It was very hoppy, very delicious. I would love to get my hands on some Three Floyds.
Next time I am over in Hammond, because they're an Indiana-based brewery, and next time I get down there, I will get some and ship some over to you. Their array is sick. They're all over the board with what they do, and sometimes they don't do things more than once, and sometimes they run a lot of shit more than others, just for the simple fact that they can. And so it's really cool on that demographic because you do get to try. Like I know, like my buddy that owns the burger bar and craft beer joint. Like
right.
he's that's like Three Floyds like caters to him when like
Nice.
nobody else gets catered by Three Floyds. Like everybody waits for Three Floyds and they're all like hands out, right? They're all like, please give me at least something.
Right. And there he is. He's getting it from them. That's awesome.
So yeah.
Nice. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing tonight?
I can see her, but I can't hear her.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I think she's saying something.
I'm not sure. Do you realize you're on? Oh, okay. She left.
Now she's
okay.
off.
That's live streaming for you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, no. So, well, what did I think I also read something about Three Floyds lately. Hopefully they expand out a little bit.
I just got a text from Jonah. It's cool, brother. Everything's good.
Yeah, no worries, Jonah. That's how it goes. That's live streaming. That's how it goes sometimes. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So, while you're talking about getting your hands on some Three Floyds, I don't know if you're on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook very much.
I'm not at all.
But I started a Facebook group called Craft Beer Blab.
Right.
And
nice.
my idea was that Eric, Rush Miller Foundation, was talking about setting up something to do beer trades or bottle shares. And so I was trying to think of, well, what would be the best way to facilitate that in kind of a closed environment. And I thought, well, Facebook is free. Most people, even if they don't use Facebook very much, a lot of people have Facebook accounts. And so I thought, well, I jump on Facebook. I set up a group. So it's a private group. If anyone is interested in joining, jump on there. I wish I had I wish I was on the PC. Otherwise, I'd type in the URL for it. But it's a Facebook group, and it's Craft Beer Blab. I believe it's one word. Search for it. If you go on there and you request membership to it, I will approve, and we can set up, trades between us of what beers we want to trade between us, and dates and that type of stuff. We can figure out fair ways of, hey, this beer is worth, I don't know, $20 or $10, and set something up. And then the nice thing about having it closed and people requesting membership is that if you screw up, or if somebody screws up and says, they sent a fake beer, they didn't send me very good stuff, or they took my beer and didn't send anything, well, then you get booted out. I mean, one strike, you're out, and we won't mess around with that. And then it'll also kind of give us a chance to talk about craft beer stuff throughout whenever we want. So
that's awesome. What is like the stipulation there with like? So it's basically like you get a beer club, right?
Kind of. I mean, I guess it's kind of like that.
So is there any kind of stipulation there with sending it state to state?
Right. Well, officially,
that's a fine line.
Right. Well, officially, I think if you're sending it personally, like if I'm sending it from me to you, we're not necessarily breaking any laws, except for the fact that U.S. Postal Service forbids beer being mailed. So you have to use UPS or FedEx. And I want to say UPS is probably the best bet. UPS ground is fairly inexpensive. So that seems to be the best way, although I have had people mail me beer in the U.S. Postal Service, and we've never been caught. But, there is the whole fact that is the federal government, and if you do get caught, you're kind of breaking federal laws. So
Right. So getting back on the topic, I just kind of wanted to touch base here a little bit. Speaking of Three Floyds, I kind of brought up their beer list.
Nice.
And I just saw the fact that they got a barley wine, and it's seasonal, and it's 10.5%.
Wow.
That's got to be pretty stout.
Yeah. That'll knock you out.
And the IBU on it is $80.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's just seasonal. And I've had that one time because I went back to a couple of the blabs, like I don't know when we did when you did the barley wine blab,
right?
And I went back and I just had one. I had one over at Miles Lab, and it was they just so happened Three Floyds had dropped it off at like a couple bottles to him, and so we popped one open after the bar closed, and he's like, "Check this out. What do you think?" I was like, "Dude, I was just talking about this." So I got online and I opened up his laptop and I got in there and I was like, "This is it. This is legit." Like, so hopefully one of these days I can get him on here with us. And he's a very, I mean, he's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to beer. He's been in the industry his whole entire life, and anything from brewmaster to now fishier. I mean, this guy's great. Mike Miles
Nice.
Lab, Elkhart, Indiana. Little plug there for him.
Excellent. Well, we are at the top of the hour. I hate to say it, but I'm going to have to jump out here. I do appreciate every one of you guys jumping in. I am sorry that Jonah was having technical difficulties, or I should say that Blab was having technical difficulties with Jonah. Dan, thank you for jumping in when helping with the comments and with the links there. Again, join the Facebook group Craft Beer Blab if you're interested in maybe getting some beer trades going. That'll be something kind of fun. Tune in to Thursday night. Hopefully we get everything situated. We got Bike Chat on Thursday night with Jonah. He's the host. I'm the co-host. And we will be talking to Alto Velo Cycling about wheels and stuff. I see Marlon James. Do you blab about beer regularly? Yes, we're here every Tuesday night, Marlon.
Marlon's cool. I see Marlon quite a bit on Blab, and I was just talking to him last night about religion. So that's
nice.
But this guy's great. He's a good peeps. It's good to have him on.
Excellent. Thanks for joining in, Marlon. So every Tuesday night, 8:00 Central. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but we're here. Next week, I'm pretty much planning that we're going to be doing the 40-ounce party. So, like I said, I'll be bringing Mickey's 40-ounce.
I got Colt 45.
Colt 45. I can't remember what Dan was bringing. Jonah, pick a 40-ounce. Old English. That's
Oldie.
it. Yeah.
Oldie.
That's it. And we'll do a roundtable taste test discussion on 40-ouncers. And hey, keep it in the bag, and that way we can drink it homie style.
What do you think about doing like a tape off? Have our wives tape it to our hands, and whoever doesn't fall over first wins.
Nice. Yeah. Oh no, yeah, that would be dangerous. I mean,
but no, great show tonight. Great show.
Thanks everyone for tuning in, and watch the replay. If you did tune in late, this week on the replay, we've got it recorded. So, thanks again. I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully, technical difficulties will not ensue on Thursday or next week.
Mahalo.
Thanks.